What up? What up? What up? What up? Chiefs, Bills, man. What'd you say?
High energy Andy and Drew today. We are we're a little peaked from the other night. Drew drank all the wine in Santa Barbara. That
That's
county
right.
it's now a dry county. Whatever county. And then
Tell you what, man, they got some good
got
stuff
after
going on up there.
The Allagash Whites. This is kind of a familiar game script. These teams obviously played earlier in the season. That second half was snoozy. I don't know if that's what we'll see. Obviously, something I talked about pregame that I liked was, and I talked to Drew about this too, with Nadi out and probably the Bills' ability to run. Obviously, Josh Allen is over his prop already. He's looking like playoff Josh Allen, who's willing to take the ball.
Unstoppable.
Kind of unstoppable when he does move with it. What was the other look? Oh, just like the Bills' injuries, right? Like this, it wasn't as bad as we thought it might have been when we were leaving, Highmark last week, but it still wasn't good. And Kansas City just hasn't had the ball very much. That was their, what would you say? They had 3 drives before that. So their fourth drive got stopped by the fact that they just didn't have any time to move out of there. So field goal after 46 yards, field goal after moving 64 yards, touchdown after moving 65 yards. The Chiefs' offense, despite not closing in the red zone a couple times, is kind of humming. So I'm nervous because Kansas City under is just kind of the move. Obviously, with
usually you need a different game state than what we have.
Play that. I mean, you take it out, they're averaging like over 50 yards a drive if you take that last, garbage one out. Whereas the Bills too. Bills are averaging 5.7 yards a play. They've had way more plays, 17 first downs. Jesus. It's We'll see what the refs do. I feel like the refs are gonna have a hand in this. They've already had some bigger calls.
I'd be honest, I don't know how either of these defenses makes any adjustments and stops what's working. It feels like the injuries to the Bills are impactful. It feels like the Chiefs realistically can't stop what Josh Allen's trying to do, particularly on the ground. 8 yards per play for the Chiefs, 5.7 for the Bills. But Bills are doubling up the Chiefs right now in terms of total plays run. They've run 41 to the Chiefs 21. They are doubling up the Chiefs on time of possession almost, 19 to 11. Decent chance the Chiefs defense runs out of gas at some point, and the Bills put this one away. Market is hanging KC -1. Total is sitting at 23.5. Under is +101. That's a big freaking number.
I know. I thought maybe we'd get a 22.5.
That's a big one.
See.
So overtime is live.
Yeah.
We could definitely get an extra possession, which would, as we have had a lot of people point out correctly, could mean an additional 22 points in this game are available if we get to overtime. The over is
almost disappointed we haven't had one yet.
Up to 24. So there was a little nudge on the over. Right now they're taking 20K limits on the total, taking 50K limits on the side. Man, what do you think of just in general the defensive adjustments? What would you expect, and do you think there's anything that works, or is it literally like whichever team wins this is going to win by just having the longest drive in the fourth quarter?
I mean, so Dodson exited. He came back in. Willie Gay for the Chiefs, who matters quite a bit. He stepped out with a neck injury. I don't know what the update. Mike Edwards was ruled out fairly quickly with a concussion. Like, defensive players are dropping for both sides at this point. I guess I understand the opening this total a little higher. I would wonder if you poke around if you could find I don't recommend paying like extra juice if it's 23.5. 24 being kind of key. It feels like this either just goes over by a bunch or it doesn't. We either get that standard second half, but a lot of those second half game scripts that we saw with Kansas City keeping the game slow and low like the barbecue they do in that town is, them with a lead and just milking clock, playing. And a lot of that was based around the fact that during those times, they weren't really having receivers step up, whereas they do have Rashee Rice kind of just stepping into that role of, hey, somebody's got to not suck at this point. So
Mhm. Hey, so let me ask you. Let me ask
even
you
though
a
the number's
specific.
big, I kind of want the over.
Let me ask you a specific question. So the Bills, do you feel like they have clear eyes on like if it's 4th and short in the middle of the field, like we're just gonna go for it, right? Like we're not gonna get Sean McDermott conservatism where he's trying to pin the Chiefs in this one, and
It's kind of a hard ask because you see some of the best coaches in the league do it. Where we saw Shanahan get really gross before the half. We saw some.
yeah,
I mean, we saw it from McVay. We see it, and those are guys who've done it in the past. It's not like we were super surprised, but I guess kudos to Todd Bowles for going for 2 in that spot. Thank God somebody had some balls. But yeah, I mean, the Bills already did go for a 4th and short early on. I think they understand the assignment and they see the scoreboard and they said part of this was us controlling the ball. If we can have long sustained drives that end in points, I don't see how we lose this game. Why would we ever punt the ball back if we think we have a plus, over 50% chance to convert this 4th down?
yeah. I mean,
Some of the marginal shit he'll get weak on, but I'd be 4th and 1 anywhere past my 35. The pushes and the winning up front seems to be working just fine. Again,
yeah.
like you said, they're missing one of their starting D tackles. It's like seeing where when Vita Vea stopped the push. Sometimes those interior guys that aren't big sack guys, those guys
Mhm.
don't get a lot of love sometimes, but it matters a ton in plays like that.
Yeah, I feel like we should pick a side here because the totals. I don't think
It's
the
up there.
total's bettable at 24. Either way.
I'm taking an alt over. I'm looking for him.
Yeah,
I was spoiled. I was in Illinois yesterday. I had all the legal books. I had a plethora of options. Um, yeah,
so
I don't
you
know.
really like the over? Okay, all right.
Well, no, talk through the sides. I don't know. The over's probably pretty good because like I said, you might see an 8-minute field goal drive from the Bills, and
Surely,
then it's
yeah,
cooked. Yeah,
for
so
sure.
it's probably fine.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, I
not
did take
counting
the
that last
Jets.
drive for the Chiefs
Remember
as a
the
drive. The
Snickers
Chiefs have
commercial?
really only had the 3 drives so far.
Yeah.
Like yeah, they're barely out of the scripted plays. Like it's kind of where we're at in the game. The I don't know. The Bills have a pretty decent. I like the Bills' energy in this one. I got to tell you a little bit more
Chiefs
than I like the
-1 feels
Chiefs.
like it pushes an awful lot. It's going to be,
Yeah, yeah, um,
34-31 with a
yeah.
2-point conversion
A
in there.
3-point win by the Bills is a push, right?
Yeah.
Um, basically any Bills. Yeah, basically you're getting a money line at that price more or less. Like it's not likely that we're going to get a 1 or 2 point margin of victory.
Yeah,
in
it's
this one.
hard for the Chiefs to get inside of the 3 without some weird shenanigans, maybe a missed 2-pointer
I
or
guess 2 field
one team.
goals with a
Oh,
4
one
deficit
team kicks
gets
like
them up
3
by
field
1.
goals.
Yeah.
Bills winning by 2 or 3 would be a big result one way or the other for some.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, it would.
Um,
All right.
I don't. We should find a prop. Honestly, these lines are really good.
Yeah.
I mean, should we
You think?
just take more Josh Allen rushing? He's already over his total for the
I
game.
mean, yeah.
Like, what's his
yeah.
live total now? Going to be 80?
Yeah. I guess
If you have a strong side, make a case.
I'm kind of looking at Bill's money line plus 132 for the second half.
Okay.
Because like really like you just kind of need them to have the ball last and or I think get one stop on the Chiefs in the third quarter, and then all of a sudden they can play with the lead and do exactly what we're pitching, which is be aggressive on 4th down, get a lot of quarterback runs, lean into the running game just in general. Chiefs aren't stopping that, defending that especially well. Chiefs having been on the field, the defense being on the field for 20 minutes in the first half and absorbing 41 plays already and kind of pulling their hair out, not being able to tackle Allen, like that's not a good place to be. I kind of want some Bills plus 132 on the money line.
All right, we'll do it. Small
right.
move, but because whenever it takes us a long time to get to one,
Yeah, it's
It's
never
never
good.
as good as the one where both come in, like,
It's never
both
good.
are like,
And
"We're on the
especially one that Polish middles my pregame.
Yeah.
But so yes, the most likely Bills winning number would lose me both of these bets, I guess. So
Yeah. So
um,
Kansas City will start with the ball in the second half. The only pregame action outside of the props I placed were, um, I do have some. So the teaser prices are just so horrible on some of these legal books. Which,
uh-huh.
sorry guys, you're just not good at it. But I was able to construct some like alt line parlays where the
Yep.
pricing was better, and sometimes you'd get a half point better anyway. So I have some Chiefs plus 10 that I'm sitting on that went with basically Lions money line at that point.
Yeah.
So
Dogmas
I
on
would like
Chiefs.
I would like the Chiefs to keep it close. So Bills by 6, Bills by 7, that works. So I'll make it.
Yeah, honestly, I'm literally like, I feel like about everything is a coin flip, and you might as well take plus money on something. That's kind of where my head is. Which is to say, like, if you are believing in the Chiefs, like I'm almost better. You're better waiting for the live money line to open back up and just bet the Chiefs to win the game than you are to lay the one.
Yeah, if
Right?
you do want to bet the Chiefs, if they are stopped on that first drive, the best price you might see all night, outside of good prices that won't win because they're just cooked at that point, would be after that punt. First down, the Bills have the ball back. You're gonna
Mhm.
get, Chiefs. I mean, money line if you want it, but you're probably gonna get Chiefs plus, I don't know, 5.5.
Sounds
Maybe
right
a
to me.
6. Maybe a 6. If you can get Chiefs plus 6, I might have both those numbers. I might keep the book up for that first drive.
I love it, man. All right, let's put this one to bed. I don't have any more thoughts on this. Any thoughts on everything else that happened in the world of sports? The Australian Open is on
Oh,
fire.
it's been fun.
The,
Caitlin Clark got tackled by a
the
random.
Yeah. I mean, basically, the top half of the draw is Zheng Len's to lose now. She gets Oceane Dodine. I can't believe Dodine
One
is
of my
just
favorite players, by the way.
she's easy on the ice, but very,
She's
very suspect in round
I
4
do.
of a
Yeah.
of a
She's
slam
been
draw.
she's been around for a while. No, not a lot of tennis thoughts. Drew and I talked this over too, just because we're we don't remember some of the Niners game because of the states we're in. We kind of want to watch it. I
Yeah,
kind
I
of want
need
to
to
watch
rewatch
that game.
that
I need
one.
to rewatch it. So we're gonna do an episode tomorrow at, what'd you say, 4
4
Pacific,
Pacific, yeah.
7 Eastern. It won't be a terribly long one because we'll go over the 4 games over the weekend. I'll have rewatched 3 of them at that point probably,
Yeah.
and then we'll touch on the opening lines. Although most of them are so far pretty good. Like, hey, 21 weeks in here we go. You guys
You'll never
figured it
believe
out.
it. I think I'll have action on these 2 games. I guess if you had to, the only potential Super Bowl combination we could end up with right now that would bum me the fuck out would be Lions Ravens. Don't want to see Lions Ravens. We saw that game in the regular season, and it was not a
Yeah.
competitive game. I know it wouldn't be the same, but it still is. I don't really need Lions Ravens.
Did you have an each way though?
Oh, what do you think of uh I mean, which would you rather handicap? Chiefs Ravens or Bills Ravens, or you don't care?
Did your mic go or is it my headphones?
Oh, I don't know. I was still talking.
Oh, I couldn't. I didn't. You asked me which would you rather have, and I didn't hear anything.
Oh
You're
yeah, who
back
would you
now.
rather? Yeah, would you rather handicap Ravens Bills or Ravens Chiefs?
Oh man, they're both the teams in this game right now are very hard to handicap at this point because we don't fully, I don't think, know where the Bills are compared to where, even after the last 6 weeks, because of some of the teams they played and the situation with Miami, and like both of these teams, it's been hard to get like a good reading off the wins that they've had. I guess I'd probably rather go Chiefs because I think, I don't know.
There's more to say about that.
I think offensively, I like their matchup. That's a big part of what I want to do, and that's a game I watched a lot of and remember a lot of, and I still want to rewatch because Baltimore's defense, I really want to get a grip on what they put together. Because at the end of the day, you finally realize, like, holy shit, like, yeah, they had the punt return and that was something, but it's like, man, we've gone like the whole game and they just haven't done shit. It wasn't even bend but don't break. It was like they barely bent, just a little quiver. So I don't know if we're cooking with something right now. I think if Baltimore's defense is really being able to put together game plans like that, obviously Mahomes and Allen is a different beast than a rookie, but that might be just it's Baltimore's time, maybe.
Interesting. I have no idea.
What would you make those?
I don't know how to rate Baltimore.
It's difficult because I didn't. I expected my main handicap at the end of the day. I said I can't take Houston, not just because of my number. A lot of it was the Houston defense. I expected, that defense had stood up against some teams that maybe weren't tested. And MVS caught a catch, so it's done. But I didn't expect, and granted, that defense kind of got shredded at times. But I didn't expect it to be the Baltimore defense that I left asking myself about.
Yeah. It's complicated, man. I have complicated feelings about the Ravens. I really just don't know how to rate them. I wanted, because like watching the game, having a Texans bet, I was like, just everything I felt like was like, these guys are just happy to be here. They're going to go out with a whimper. Like it was, especially in the second half, it was just like, they were like, good season, guys. And Texans play calling was making me want to scream.
Yeah. Off the top of your head, what would you, Baltimore hosting Buffalo, what do you make the number?
3 for Buffalo, 3.5 for Kansas City, probably. Something like that.
I'd be at 3.5 for Buffalo, 5.5 for KC.
I'm scrambling like a gazelle.
If we
there's the rushing over. Yeah, he got it in the freaking first drive. Shocker.
There we go. I like this. Mahomes is Josh Allen. The second half bet is to bet the Bills after this touchdown.
That would have been better. Yeah.
I did see the look aheads, but they're not in my head right now.
Yeah, I mean, they're such small limits. I don't think they're really meaningful.
No, they're tough to really get a grip on. That was a nice scramble. Well, let's see. This is kind of a moment of truth for the squad who's been stymied twice once they drove down the field. If they can actually get it in, which, I mean, that touchdown that they did have was pretty freaking nice. Good thing Buffalo, Buffalo lost the linebacker. The thing about AJ Klein, so it's nice because he's not a starter.
He's like the seventh string.
It's not a big deal. He's not a starter. The issue is he was playing because all the starters are out. Willie Gay is ruled out for tonight.
Rasul Douglas just got absolutely embarrassed. Willie Gay's ruled out, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
How about how's God, dude, there's so many injuries right now.
It's a lot.
Baltimore probably is just gonna roll. I don't know. It's tough.
Here's a Chuck C. Thank you. I liked your music too. Low vig head, juiced Ravens -3 for both opponents.
Sounds right.
Yeah. I think my KC number's been low for a month.
Yeah. Yeah. My Baltimore number's been too low, apparently. So
it's a weird matchup. That was a weird matchup, and just kudos to it was one where we juiced up and gassed up those coordinators and those coaches, and we forgot these are actual like grown ass men and also like a head coach and 2 coordinators that we've also been gassing up all year. We just didn't see them play last week, and they were it's like fuck. They brought it. They were very much in their bag all day long. Lamar looked like that's the one thing though. Lamar looks very miserable in the cold.
Yeah.
I really don't. Is he from Florida originally?
Lamar Jackson?
Yeah. Where did he go to high school?
Maybe.
Obviously, Louisville is not that cold.
He's Pompano Beach,
Florida. Yeah, he looked like when he ran into the tunnel, I thought he was just like, this is it. I'm going in. I'm done. You guys come find me after the game. I'm going to hit the sauna. Kelsey with the touchdown.
Yeah.
Well, we
Yeah.
need the Bills to answer.
Bills defense. All right.
Shout
Well,
out Kodak Black. Whatever. We'll get. Oh, sorry about the overtime. I didn't do the overtime banner.
Pompano Beach is just north of Fort Lauderdale, just south of Boca Raton.
Retirement country. Overtime.
Near the Lotus of Siam massage parlor.
Oh.
All right. Let's wrap this.
Let's call it a night.
Right.
I'll have it up on the YouTube if you guys want to join us. We'll do it live, just like always. So 7 p.m. Eastern, we'll do won't be a super long show, but we'll go through everything. We'll talk about some of these openers. We will have both of our actual opening lines for championship weekend, and maybe even some limits up by then. I think just the fact that it's only 2 games. Like, you want to be able to take high limits for most of the week, right?
Absolutely. No question.
All right. We'll see you guys.
All right,
Orchids of Asia. Yeah. Lotus of Siam is a restaurant in Vegas.
Oh, that's right. My bad.